Hello there guys! For today's video, I'm going to show you how to create circular pixel stretch effect in Photoshop. And also we will dive deeper into using select subject for masking, using single column marquee tool, using transformation command for stretching pixels, creating clipping mask, and creating shadows. So let's get started. So here in our document, I prepare here an image of this woman doing a ballet. So our goal here is to apply the circular pixel stretch effect. So the first step we're going to do here is we're going to duplicate the background layer. So going on to the layers panel, select it on the background layer, right click on it, and then choose duplicate layer. Now let's name this one as our subject. There you go. The next step here is we're going to create a selection on our subject. So to do that, with that subject layer selected, go to menu bar, go to select, and then choose subject. And Photoshop will create a selection on the subject instantly. And there you have it. Okay. So there are just areas that we have to fix on. So just like this. So to fix that, I'm going to make use of a polygonal lasso tool. Going on to the toolbar, go to the third tool. Yes, right click on the third tool and find polygonal lasso tool. From the options at the top, I'm going to select on this one, the second one, to add more selections. Okay, and then I'm going to press Alt to subtract selection. Okay, so look at the mouse cursor when I'm holding the Alt key. Okay, so let's deselect this part. All right, then I'm going to zoom this one out. All right, so once our selection is done, now let's add a mask. So just select on this icon, add a mask icon. All right, so look what happened. I'm going to hide the background layer for now. So this is all what we have. Now the next step we're going to do here is we're going to apply a background for this. So selected on that background layer, I'm going to the adjustment layer icon, this one, click on this, and then choose solid color. So for now, I want to choose a color light blue on this part. Okay, so this one, and then hit OK. And by the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my videos to other nerds like us. Well, the next step we're gonna do here is we're going to create a vertical line selection with the use of a single column marquee tool. So where to find that? So going on to the toolbar, go to the second tool. First, second, right click on the second tool and find the single column marquee tool. Right, so once it's selected, now I'm going to click a point on this area, right, on the middle of our subject. There you have it. Now, as you have noticed here, it creates this vertical line selection. And once I already have this, make sure that you're selecting on that subject layer, and then I'm going to press Ctrl plus J to create its own layer. Right? So see that line? Okay, now with this layer selected, I'm going to press Ctrl plus T for that. And then I'm going to click and drag this point to something like this, right? And also this one, just to here. All right? And then after that, I'm going to press Ctrl and hold it. And then I'm going to click and drag this point to stretch the pixels to something like this. All right, there you go. And then I'm going to click and drag this one over here. And then still press Control, hold it, and then let's keep on stretching this one. Okay. So once I already stretch it something like this, hit enter. All right. So we already have this kind of effect. So if there are areas that you want to remove on this stretch pixels layer or this effect, selected on that, let's go to the toolbar, go to the second tool, right click on it, and then choose the rectangular marquee tool. And I'm going to create a selection on this area, and then press backspace to remove it. Okay, and it creates something like this, and then press Ctrl plus D to deselect. Next step here with this stretch effect, so let's rename this one as stretch pixels. Okay, there are. So with this stretch pixels layer selected, I'm going to the menu bar, go to filter, under filter, go to distort, and then choose polar coordinates. Okay, and then I'm going to choose on the rectangular to polar, this one, and then hit OK. It created this kind of effect that it turns it into round. With this stretch pixels layer selected, I'm going to bring up the transformation command, press Ctrl+T to fix it into round shape. Okay, and then I'm going to right click on it and then choose distort. Okay, so now we can now fix this one. Okay, all right, so let's bring this stretch layer pixels behind the subject layer for us to fix it well. Okay, and let's bring, so press Ctrl+T and let's fix this one. Right click and choose distort. Okay, so I'm gonna do something like this. All right, I'm okay with this. Now hit enter. Now there are areas that we're going to remove. So we're going to remove the half of it. So, and also this one here on top. So how to do that? With this stretch pixels layer selected, I'm going to add a layer mask from it. Okay, there you go. And then with that layer mask thumbnail of stretch pixels layer, selecting on that, I'm going to the toolbar and find the brush tool. Select on that, or B for the shortcut key. For the options on top, click on this, and then we're gonna make use here a hard round brush. Okay, for the opacity, I'm going to set this one into 100. All right, and then I'll start removing this area over here. All right, looking good. The next step here is we're going to add a lightning on this area. So to do that, with that stretch pixels layer selected, I'm going to click on this one. There, go, create a new layer, and then go to the brush tool. So for the foreground color, I'm going to choose here. So I'm gonna choose this light blue color, and then hit OK. From the brush, I'm going to change this one to soft round. For the opacity, set this one to 70. And I'm also going to decrease the size of this. Okay, and then I'm going to create something like this. All right, there are. All right, and after that, from this layer, right click on it and then choose create clipping mask. And then change the blend mode of this layer. Click this arrow down and then choose linear dodge. Okay, so once I did that, it created this kind of effect on our stretch pixels. See? All right, and then next step here is we're going to add shadows. So to do that, I'm going to create a new layer. There you go. And let's rename this one as shadows. All right. So with this shadow layer selected, I'm going to the toolbar and select on the brush tool. From the options on top, I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to set this one. So I'm going to drag this one to flatten our brush. Yes, to something like this. All right. Make sure you're selected on the soft round brush. For the opacity, I'm going to set this one just to 50%. Okay. All right. And then for the foreground color, yes, click on this. And then let's choose a darker color. Yes. And then hit OK. All right. So from the brush, again, let's fix this one to this. Okay. All right. So once all said and done, let's add a shadow on this area. There you go. Now I'm good with this. Now let me show you the before and after. So this one is the before, and this one is the after. And that is how to create circular pixel stretch effect in Photoshop.